Welcome to Brands on Tap, the podcast where we discuss all things brand related.
So whether you're a business owner, industry expert, or simply interested, this podcast is for you. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Brands on Tap. And this week we're going to be talking about our marketing predictions for 2025.
Yeah.
Just crazy because this year has flown by. And
where's it gone?
I know.
We keep
It's
saying
Christmas
this at
already.
work.
Well,
Yeah.
it's gonk season in here. So if you
Yeah.
can see all the gonks, there's 40 of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's been a good year.
It's been a good year.
Lots of changes,
Yeah.
marketing wise, trend wise especially.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna kind of go over what we think for 2025.
Yeah.
I've seen lots of people saying similar things, but I haven't researched it because I've got my own opinion and I don't want to
Yeah, for sure. I think
Do
we
you know what I
both consciously thought, let's not Google,
Yeah,
because we want to say what we actually think.
Yeah.
And not be just, like you said the other day, like duplicating. Everyone on LinkedIn just
yeah,
regurgitates
spins the
thing.
same thing, and then you read the same post 8 times.
Yeah, it's good to have an actual opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, we went to like a conference the other day.
We
And
Networking girlies.
yeah, and everyone said there, or someone said there, not everyone, that on LinkedIn, people want to care about your opinion. Like if you're going to post about something that's
Trending.
topical, trending, don't just say what the trend is. Like
Yeah,
put
give
what
your
your
actual-
spin is and opinion. So I'm stepping ahead here, but that's kind of,
Yeah, I know what you
Yeah.
mean. We're not going to regurgitate, basically.
yeah, we're not going to regurgitate.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a horrible word, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I might just kick it off.
Yeah.
I guess with my first one,
Yeah.
which is the rise in B Corp
Yeah.
certifications for businesses like ours. A lot of agencies are now doing it, and I think as time goes on, it's going to be more of a selling point. And if you don't have it, it's going to be unusual.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just whether brands jump on that. There's a lot of, from my understanding, a lot of hoops to jump through to become B Corp.
Yeah, a long process, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, from my understanding anyway.
Yeah. I mean, we're not B Corp, but like you say, loads of others are.
Yeah.
And that's probably only going to go up
Yeah,
next year.
agreed.
Probably because of sustainability and just how more important, I guess, that's becoming
Yeah, agreed.
globally, and how that, I guess, trickles through
Yeah,
everyone. Yeah.
very true.
Yeah. So I agree. I think that's going to definitely be a bigger thing in the new year.
Yeah,
And it's like whether, I guess, more brands are going to require as part of like tendering processes more
Yeah,
like
that's
sustainability
true.
credentials and B Corp, etc.
yeah. Because everyone's different. We try and be as green as we can. I mean,
Yeah.
we work majoritively digitally anyway, but we use all green hosting, etc. So
Yeah.
that's something. But yeah, I mean, there are definitely other factors that need to be considered to be B Corp.
Yeah.
Not that I know much about it,
No,
to be honest.
neither. It's not
So-
something I've looked into.
No, I've just noticed a rise in people saying that that's something that's either on their list for 2025 or they're already in the process
Yeah.
or already done it. So
Yeah. Agreed. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, my next one.
Yeah.
Or unless you want to go.
No, you go. You,
Okay,
you
my
say
next
all
one
yours.
is yeah. I feel like we'll just My next one is the rise in the amount of podcasts there are out there. Everyone and their mum's got one now.
Yeah, they do,
But so
including
have we. And actually, I think it's such a good move, like in the sense of like you can talk about your niche
Yeah.
to people that want to hear. You're not asking them to pay. You're not pushing it as a paid ad. Like you're not like putting it in their face. If they want to watch it and listen, they will. If not,
Yeah.
no problem.
Yeah. Agreed.
I quite like it, and I've seen so many like TikTokers, like influencers doing their own.
Yeah.
And actually, a lot of them I find so interesting.
Yeah.
I'm a
no.
sucker for a podcast.
Honestly, I was saying to someone yesterday, like, they said, "Oh, what like series are you watching at the moment?" And I literally said,
You sit and watch podcasts.
I do, and I don't mind that. I'm quite happy doing it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't watch. I've been neglecting like streaming and TV, and in movies, and instead I'll just listen to podcasts on YouTube.
What
Apple
one's your
Podcasts.
favourite?
A lot of like girly ones. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
no,
lie.
me too. I like
Like,
the girls' bathroom. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I love the girls' bathroom. Yeah, I actively listen to that.
Yeah.
I love like Jamie Lang's Great
Oh
Company.
yeah, I like that. I like Wednesdays.
Yeah, me too. I love that as well.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I watch any others.
That Millie and Liam from.
Oh yeah. What's
Love
that
Island.
called?
I don't
That's
even know what
annoying.
it's called. But
Yeah, I like
know.
them too.
I'm loving like Louise Thompson's one as well at the moment
She's
with
very
her
real.
partner. He said, she said, go check it out.
Yeah.
That's a
Shame
really
it's
good one. But yeah, quite a mix really.
Yeah. I feel like you do just watch them with things you're interested about. Saying that though, I do watch ones at work that are different when I've got my
Yeah, you
like,
listen
my
to
like
work.
yeah,
So.
when like I've got my. To be fair, I only do it if you're in a meeting.
Oh, okay.
Like if you're busy, I'm like, I've got no one to talk to, so I shall let someone talk to me.
Yeah. They're like businessy ones, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I quite enjoy. And like especially like industry specific ones. I think it's just nice to like build up your knowledge without even really having to put much effort in, which is quite nice.
So do you think people are just going to carry on creating podcasts, new businesses are going to try and jump on that?
But it is difficult. Like we've spoken to other podcasters about it, and it is a thing you have to be like consistent with, and it can be a bit, what's the word, like demoralizing.
Yeah.
Like initially, especially when you start out, you've got to just stick at it, which is difficult.
Absolutely. Especially as like a small business.
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing our best. We're still learning. We're in our early days, so
we are. I forget that.
Yeah.
I think because we've been like, although we've only been posting them for like a month or 2 months, it's been in the works for a lot longer than that.
Absolutely.
So it's all that background work as well.
Yeah.
So it's
definitely, and I think off the back of that, there'll probably a rise in like advertising on podcasts as well.
So true.
And like sponsoring podcasts and things like that.
Yeah.
Which I think we should probably look into.
Yeah. Stephen Bartlett, Huel.
Yeah.
There's so many podcast sponsors now, isn't there? When they just like break midway. But then it's such a great placement.
It is.
Because you've literally got the listeners' like undivided attention.
I'm such a devil though for fast forwarding when it's like the inserted.
Yeah.
So like if I'm listening to one and then they'll just randomly insert.
Yeah, well they're talking about it.
I'll just skip.
Yeah, I guess you can't you?
Yeah.
I'm stopping you.
But everyone's different, aren't they? So
marketer's worst nightmare.
Yeah. Try and avoid ads wherever possible to yourself.
So true.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think they'll go up for sure.
Yeah. I mean, that kind of leads me on to, I've seen a lot of people talk about an increase in UGC, so user generated content.
Yeah.
But I was going to mention a rise in employee generated content.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, we're doing that ourselves right now, I guess.
For sure. Yeah.
Just that rise in like kind of like the sheer luxe vibe of like office interview, like interviewing employees, a lot of like trend hopping, like reactive marketing with employees.
Yeah.
Which I think is great if you've got the time to do it.
Yeah. I mean, I think people are getting more willing as well to get in front of the camera. Like if you said to me like a few years ago, oh, you're going to be
in a TikTok, I'd be like, no, I'm not.
No, I'd be like, I'm not going on a podcast.
No,
but
agreed.
Here we are. And I think that's quite a good thing. I think people just know that real people engage and they're more willing to get involved really, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. And it's not as a like scary thing to do anymore because everyone is doing it.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't care anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think it like...
I'm like, who really cares?
No, and if you care about what I'm doing at work, then like it's kind of on you.
Yeah, quite.
But no, I think that's
I agree.
One of my main ones.
Yeah.
My next one.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it how I would say it, but like brands taking. So like I've noticed it at the back end of this year. Brands just taking like a I don't care attitude across social, namely Surreal, the cereal brand. Taking that kind of like we're just doing it, here's a low quality ad, but like that's their brand now.
Yeah.
Like say, I think they posted one this morning that was like, today's Black Friday for context when we're filming this.
Yeah, this is true.
Pre-filming.
Yeah.
And like kind of their like Black Friday post said like we had loads of ideas, we couldn't kind of pick one, none of them got approved, so here's all of them. Like, and they just give loads of like rubbish ideas, but like it's funny and I read it, so it works. But people are like, more and more people are taking that on.
That
approach.
It's interesting, especially on like LinkedIn.
I
don't know why, but it's definitely becoming more like comedic, brutal. I don't know, I'm not sure quite how I'd describe it.
I think it's being on the professional platform. To stand out, you need to be a bit blasé.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, like everyone taking on that like bold, just typographic carousel on LinkedIn. I see lots of that now.
We do.
I like it though.
I mean,
it works.
Even as ourselves as a company, like we've become more about like louder statements, being more clear cut.
Yeah.
And how we talk. So I feel like that is kind of like a reflection as well of like evolving with the times a bit.
Definitely.
and the trends that we've seen. I'm trying to think of like other brands that have taken this approach. I feel like it's more food and drink.
Yeah, I think so. And it's always in-house teams, I think.
Yeah.
Or like that I've noticed. But I feel like that is a thing of like being more like ingrained in the business.
Yeah.
So being able to have that.
Yeah.
But
I guess
maybe, it depends, I guess.
Completely depends on the market.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely something we've seen, isn't it? And yeah,
Definitely.
be interesting to see how rebrands of companies kind of do that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting one. And like sometimes I think like it'll be nice to like kind of post one of these messages, but actually that's not our audience at all, and it wouldn't work for us.
Yeah.
And like kind of same with like some like trend stuff, like jumping on like trends. I just think actually are our clients looking for that from a business point of view? Like obviously we're a business too.
Yeah.
So it's just how appropriate it is
Yeah.
for different businesses.
As long as it's relevant to your audience, then it's okay.
Yeah.
You've got to speak to your audience how they want to be spoken to.
So
that is
true.
my only concern with that, is whether
Yeah.
certain brands are going to just like jump on it, start
It's not gonna
altering
be
their tone of
appropriate.
voice and whole profile, and then before, they've not done a proper exercise of like
Yeah.
research.
Evaluating it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But time will tell.
Time will tell, indeed.
Yeah.
What was my next one? Oh, okay. We've spoke about this a lot.
Yeah.
But social media as a search engine.
Yeah.
It splits the room. Not that there's anyone else in this room to split.
It's just you and
But
me.
it's just you and me, and we're on the same side of the room. But
Yeah.
I think it is a bit of a age thing also,
Yeah.
I've noticed. But yeah, whether social media is becoming a search engine, I think absolutely.
Yeah.
I know I use TikTok to look for inspiration. I use Instagram for like restaurant inspiration.
Yeah.
So it's optimized, like there's that rise in businesses optimizing their social accounts to be keyword focused.
Yeah.
Which is never something that maybe 2-3 years ago people would have really been doing.
For sure.
So.
And like, I feel like because of TikTok as well, it's so like encouraged people to just create content publicly and then like form opinions on things like restaurants, I don't know, health advice, like relationship advice, whatever it might be on a personal level.
Yeah.
That it just encourages, obviously, it creates a channel for people to search there.
Yeah.
So the more people that are going to create these useful videos, the more of an avenue it is, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
And I completely trust it more when it comes from a real person rather than just some article online.
Me too. A lot of the time as well, you find with like a article online, if I've searched like best beer brands, for example, you might find like a directory, but then you often find that directory is written by a beer brand who have ranked themselves top, which SEO wise does pretty well, I guess.
Yeah, true.
And it gets them traffic.
I feel like we're so conscious of like search engines and SEO and like how Google's working with AI now that it's kind of like everyone prefers the more organic, real route.
Yeah, I'd much prefer to see it. Ideally, I don't want to see it as like a paid ad, like, or if or like a spot, obviously sponsored. There's a bike going past, so loud. I don't want to see it as like obviously someone's been gifted something when I'm looking for inspiration. But if I see loads of people using the same thing, I'm so easily influenced by social media.
For sure.
Like if I've seen it on there, if I've seen like last year, the M&S advent calendar.
Yeah.
Saw it on TikTok when I bought it.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done it this year.
Oh, yeah.
But like I'm so bad for it, and I just do it all the time.
Yeah.
But and then if I'm looking for something, I'm even more likely to do it. Like I like doing it if I'm going on holiday, looking for inspo, like local restaurants, things to do, outfit inspo.
Yeah, fashion.
I think is quite a big one.
Yeah.
But I think it's just an ever-changing thing, isn't it? And people's user behaviour is going to change.
Yeah. But I think it's going to increase for sure next year.
Yeah. And more people will start doing it.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine my parents ever doing it.
No.
It's probably the last place they'd look.
Yeah.
But I do think there'll be that more like increased awareness.
Yeah. It's like Gen Z just kind of.
Yeah. What's the new generation? Alpha.
Yeah. I think.
Generation Alpha? Yeah.
I've lost track.
I think that's like Generation Alpha is the generation of kids that don't know life without iPads. Like 2012 onwards.
This makes me sad.
Makes me sad, but I also think what a great time to be alive.
Yeah.
Like so many issues have been resolved.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, this is true.
They're just being resourceful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was it for my major ones.
Yeah.
The only other one kind of, that I was going to say, it was like day in the life content of brands, but that kind of goes on like the employee generated content anyway.
Yeah.
But like I've seen a lot of like day in the life videos, day in the life photos, which something we want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Mine, so to kickstart mine, I thought I was thinking about AI. I mean, it seems to be all that everyone's talking about at the moment, whether it's across marketing, creative, anything, to be honest.
Copywriting.
Yeah, like everyone you speak to, they mention ChatGPT and how they rely on it, and it's such a great system. But I just think as well, like with Google introducing like the AI rich snippets, and kind of taking over that space, I just think that's going to go up, and it'll be really interesting to see what Google brings out that's AI informed, and how it kind of then changes with SEO to prioritize AI content. Or if it doesn't,
how it
and
assesses
how
for that.
I'm intrigued, and I'm hoping that we'll see what happens with that. I'm sure we will.
Because obviously formerly it was like FAQ driven, and there was such a benefit to having FAQs. But now
they've completely died that down. Like with rich snippets as well. It was they were prioritizing like .gov.
Domains.
Public sector domains and things like that, and it's just
that's gone.
Makes it more difficult for websites.
That must still be an assessment though with an AI tool, surely. I don't know. I guess that's all to be confirmed. It's still early days.
It's not been out long.
No.
So
a matter of weeks.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. I just think AI is going to take over more. Obviously on socials you're already seeing like you've got to put an AI disclaimer if you're using AI in your Facebook and Instagram ads.
AI generated stuff and TikTok.
It'll be interesting to see as well if like the perception of AI changes a bit, because
it's quite negative at the minute.
Negative.
But then that's people being afraid of the unknown, which I think is only completely natural. Like it's scary at the end of the day. It's taking it's doing in 3 seconds what would take a human hours to do. So I get it.
I mean, we were literally just talking about it in another episode, about Coca-Cola's Christmas ad.
Go watch that episode. It's already out.
And they've just used purely AI, and it's got so much online hate. So that'll be interesting. I think it'll go one way or the other, but
personally I hope to see some of like there be more that makes no sense. I hope personally to see there be more value in the authentic human created.
I'm on the same page. I feel like we're all about being authentic as a company anyway, that when we're like doing work for clients, that's what we really want to do as well.
Definitely.
So we're not actively like using AI in our work.
No.
Because we want that authenticity still, and I think that's where a lot of people still are.
And I think it's different though. I see differences in between creative and idea generation. Like, don't get me wrong, I put my like reports in AI to like spell check them, or like I put calculations in there and it still gets them wrong.
I know.
Like the other day I literally put something in there I put something in there the other day and it gave me like 94,500, and I was like, I've definitely added that up and it's 95,500. And then I said recalculate. It was like, oh yeah, sorry, and I was like, all right.
It's just not there yet, is it?
Like makes me question. But then I don't have like the paid version. So it's a different one.
I think that was all I had to say on AI, unless you've got anything else.
No, just that it's a bit of an unknown still. Not an unknown, but it's, unknown but scary. And where's it going to go? And how far will it go? Because realistically, 10 years ago, if you evaluated what we're experiencing now or predicted it, you wouldn't believe it.
No, exactly.
So
it'd be interesting.
And is there going to be a lack of or a reduction in the need of certain services because AI can do it for you?
Quite.
Like accountancy.
Yes, I've spoken about this
like
so much to people I know. Like, well, not even me actively. They've said it to me.
I guess it's their work. If it's their line of work, then they're familiar with it.
I think that's like top of the mind is accountancy. For some people. But
well, hopefully my useful information on it not making a simple addition might help.
Quite. Okay.
Scary, definitely.
What was my next one? It was about influencers. And I just think that influencers now, I think back in the day, you'd have influencers promoting everything that they could for a paid promotion, whereas now it's much more about building a genuine profile that people can genuinely buy into and then you prioritize your brands that you work with that you're genuinely passionate about.
Yeah.
Because I just don't think the trust is there, and I think this is going to increase, is that people just don't buy into people that don't seem passionate about something. And if you see an influencer promoting X, Y, and Z, and you're like, well, you've never ever mentioned this before.
That wasn't in your routine a week ago.
It's like, I just don't think the results are going to be there as effective as they once were.
Yeah.
When everyone's just kind of searching for the discount codes, but I just think micro influencers, and you've definitely got some like huge influencers that only work with selected brands, and you kind of know that they've done a good job.
I'm just like, one that comes to mind is Zoella with Lizelle. And like she was using that herself 10 years ago. Like when she first started out, and it was like in some of her first videos. Then like over the years now she's been paid by them, which get that bag, but like they've like spiced that together, and her using it year after year after year, and that's so valuable for them. And it just shows that actually backing those people that genuinely back your brand is so valuable.
So I think influencers not going for every single deal they can get. It's like the classic thing with like Love Island. Everyone jokes and says, well, as soon as you come out of Love Island, you're just going to get a brand deal with PLT or Boohoo or whatever.
Which also, I just think, like, part of me, though, thinks, if I was in that position, not that I would be, if I came out and I got offered a brand deal with PLT, obviously I'm taking it. Do you know what I mean? Like, from a personal brand point of view, you'd be like, obviously.
I feel like I would be now thinking, I'm not going to accept that because I want to go for the next bigger thing.
What would you think the next bigger thing is?
Just a better brand that lines with me.
A lot of in-the-style ones.
I just think if you want to have, I guess what I'm trying to get at is like if you want to get longevity out of being a great influencer. It's
not a quick solution.
It's not a quick fix.
Agreed.
And it's like prioritising what you're passionate about, and that's going to resonate with your audience. So
that's so true. I get that. I was about to say something. Oh, no, what I was going to say, just kind of going back to the influencer marketing thing, the power of gifting over the power of paid promotion with influencers. Like, I think the power of an influencer saying, this isn't paid, by the way, this is my actual opinion. Like, sometimes they'll say, like, yes, this was gifted, but they're not paying me to say this. That stands so much more weight than someone just talking about it as a paid ad. I think, anyway.
Agreed. And something I've seen as well, really random, is like YouTube videos. They're doing like product placement in them, but like AI generated. So I saw one for Lancome, the makeup brand. And they had it, there was just like someone talking, and then it just popped up on their wall in the back, and everyone was like giving it hate, and it was like, because people just hadn't seen it before. And that's just a classic example, I think, of people being like, well, you've never mentioned this brand before, they're paying you for product placement, why?
It's just like popped up.
It just makes them feel like ingenuine. And she didn't address it once in the video. But I think you just got to be careful with that.
I think so too.
So next one is personal brand. We talk about this all the time.
I love a personal brand. I have I'm like an avid fan of people I don't even know because their LinkedIn personal brand is so good. I think I know them.
Like, literally.
We'll be at a conference and I'm like, oh, that's so insane. And then just like, how do you know? I don't. I just follow them on LinkedIn.
I think that follows in with what we were just saying about influencers as well. Because if you want to build a good personal brand, it's going to resonate more. But I think just more people, like on a business level, kind of like with what you were saying with like user-generated content in businesses, people are now doing it more just
on a personal level.
And
I think actually on LinkedIn, we've spoken about it, that posts generally do better on personal accounts than business accounts. And actually I think there is that value of putting your personal spin on it, like you said earlier, like talking about a hot topic, but actually putting your own spin on it on your own page rather than from a business point of view.
Absolutely.
So I think that's something that we're trying to drive ourselves and our clients. Because,
I think we're both actively trying to do it, just, I
am, definitely. But it's so hard.
Yeah.
Like, it's one thing writing using someone else's or a brand's tone of voice.
Yeah.
But it's another thing trying to write for yourself.
Yeah.
I find it harder.
Yeah, I feel like
Like-
you've got like quite a comical, like fun tone of voice.
I think it's a nervous one.
No, I think it's good. I think
Yeah.
it kind of is I think I would describe it as, like comical puns. You get those puns in
Oh,
there.
yeah.
But I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some personal brands where I think you're doing it so good.
Yeah.
Like avid LinkedIn posters are
Yeah.
doing so well.
Yeah.
And you do build your like following that way.
Yeah.
If you just leave LinkedIn to do its thing, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
And I think actually that's probably another prediction for me is LinkedIn next year taking like priority for business. Like obviously it's a professional platform
Yeah.
or a platform for people's work lives. But actually is that going to take more precedent over the next year and people start posting more personal things on there?
Yeah, that's true.
I did see a post, I think I said to you though, about someone like getting married.
Yeah.
You're like, I got
Yeah.
married this weekend and this is what it told me about B2B sales.
Oh.
I was like, oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. There is a line, I think. But
There's
then
a line.
I think as well, some people are very much like work life, private life.
Yeah.
Whereas
And I
some
like
people,
that.
I do.
Yeah.
I think.
Don't need to be like. Again, I think there's a line because also you don't want to come across clinical or like straight cut because you're always talking about work.
Yeah.
I think if you're building a personal brand, you need to show some of your personality and maybe that includes some of your personal life
Yeah.
to an extent.
Yeah, and I
But
guess
that's up to individuals to decide, I think.
yeah, and I think as well, like when you get influencers or whoever business owners, and they actually open up about something that they've been through, naturally just generates so much more traction
Yeah.
and just kind of gives them a spotlight. I could probably name load of examples, but it's even like with Talisa.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone was giving her hate for
And
her plastic surgery, but she's had a facial condition.
Yeah. Oh, and it is so jarring that people think they can comment on that anyway.
Yeah.
Because why is it affecting you while you're sat on your sofa watching her on TV? Don't watch if you don't like it.
There's so many keyboard warriors that just hate
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
our worst. We absolutely hate it.
Some comments I see, I've got a folder where I screenshot bad ones that come through.
Oh, really?
And some of them, I just think, are you not busy?
Yeah.
Like, you've got time for this.
I know.
But some people genuinely feel so passionate about things that they
Yeah.
just can't stop.
Yeah. And we're always saying, like, who are these people?
Yeah.
Who are they in life?
And like, I just think we've been taught time and time again about people's mental health online and people being safe behind their keyboard. Why are we not learning?
Yeah.
Like, the fact that someone can sit and type something like that, or something horrible about someone's appearance that they can't change,
Yeah.
or not even if they can change, like if they can change it, it's not,
Yeah.
that's not for you to decide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I just feel so strongly against like hate comments.
Yeah, same. So
Like,
it riles
it's
me
one
up.
thing saying that, oh, I don't like the long comment, put that product placement there.
Yeah.
But it's another thing commenting on personal things. But
Yeah. Agreed. And on that note, I think that with the whole personal brand thing, I do think obviously if you are willing to open up about something that matters to a lot of people, it just kind of helps build that
Yeah.
personal brand as well.
I think so.
Yeah.
But then that even like on a personal brand level that works, but also in a brand level,
Yeah.
like why you started your business, what is your mission, what are you trying to achieve,
Yeah.
what are the key focuses of your business day to day. I think people now more than ever want to see conversation and what is driving people.
Yeah.
People don't want, or like people, maybe they don't realise it, but people don't resonate necessarily with just straight professional talk all the time.
Yeah.
So it's having that happy medium.
Agreed.
It's so dependent on your business though.
Yeah. And your personality, I guess, on
Yeah.
a personal level. Like if you're not someone who is,
A sharer.
then it might be more difficult.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
That is very true. And actually, there's probably a lot of things. Like people forget that people on LinkedIn, that's not them necessarily. Like it's them to an extent, but
Yeah.
that isn't their whole life.
Yeah, quite.
So, yeah, personal brands are a really difficult thing to nail, I think.
Yeah.
But it's something we're working on.
Yeah.
We talk about it literally like, every
we
day.
We do.
But
we literally do.
yeah.
Still working on my tone of voice.
My tone of voice, I feel like it fluctuates.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I've just got a bit of like I'm taking that I don't care approach.
Yeah.
Imagine.
I feel like sometimes I'm a bit corporate-y, but
You are quite corporate, I think. You're professional.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad thing.
Yeah. Oh well, we'll see if that develops next year.
Tune
what
back
was my
in.
Yeah.
Just develops a personal voice.
what was the next one? Going back to, I feel like I've just gone on about social media, but my next one is about it's just
My next one.
I had a mind blank. Next one was about entertainment. Okay. Yeah, my next one was about social media.
I don't know what you're about to say.
So my next one was about social media being primarily for engagement for businesses
Yeah.
and brands. And I mean, I think that's because social media is such a personal
Yeah.
platform that, you know, people just post about their lives and people find that engaging. And as such, that's kind of trickled through into businesses, kind of, again, going off what you said earlier with like user generate content and stuff like that, and more brands putting themselves in front of the camera on an individual level. That I just think that I saw a stat like the other day around that social media is like majority of it was over like 80% like for entertainment when it comes to promoting your brand. So I just think more brands are going to be focusing on being entertaining.
That's so true.
It's like, is it Ryanair?
Yeah.
They've adopted
I like
that.
their socials.
They've adopted that for like several years now.
Yeah, and like they are really reactive. They comment on stuff a lot.
Yeah.
And they're funny.
They are.
I hate to say it, but they've really nailed it. I don't hate to say it at all. Celebrate it, but
yeah,
I think a lot of brands are now taking that reactive, short form comment approach, like Ryanair have, and it works.
Yeah.
Like sometimes the like in a post has more sometimes the comment on a post has more likes than the actual post.
Yeah.
Like when it's like a brand like that, especially a verified one.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely like a load of brands that are never gonna do that because they're just huge corporate or whatever the nature of their business is.
Yeah.
But I just think there is a value in being a bit more human. And I just think people are realizing that more, and hopefully it'd be nice to see more brands be a bit more in touch with their human side sometimes to appeal to more people.
Yeah, because like you say, if that high percentage of people are on scrolling through their socials for entertainment, which is so true, because realistically, how often do you scroll for any other reason?
Yeah.
Like, fair enough if you're going to look on for something specifically to search.
Yeah.
But to actually scroll, it probably is.
Yeah, I'm
entertainment.
not.
I'm after, or like cure my boredom kind of thing.
Yeah, quite.
So seeing countless, like,
you want escapism.
That's
like,
that's so true.
Like you just want to have like be entertained, escape. Sometimes you don't want to be in work. You know, when you're at home scrolling on your Instagram, you know.
Yeah, I don't need to be seeing.
I don't want to see. Necessarily
corporate boring messages.
Yeah, and work always. So you want to see like something that's going to catch you off guard, and then if I see, oh great, that's from a company, like that might actually just spark a bit more engagement from me.
That is such a good point.
So I'm hoping that's going to go up next year. I think that's my prediction.
I like that. I hope that too.
Yeah.
I think that was it for mine.
I think that was it for me.
Wow. What a day.
Yeah.
Double whammy.
Yeah.
But it's been I just think 2025 is going to be the year where AI overall is going to progress. People are like, there's going to be so many changes. People aren't going to know how to handle it, but we'll do it.
And businesses will adapt.
Yeah, I think that's the ultimate thing. It's going to benefit a lot of businesses, a lot of smaller businesses that can handle more in-house because they've got that like automation of AI to help them.
Yeah.
Other businesses might find it more difficult.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it can't take away the authenticity of human behaviour.
Yeah, and hopefully, brands realise that and evolve with it.
Yeah.
Because there is, like you say, so much change in the past year.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of what's changed this past year is only going to get heightened in 2025 with a lot of the things we've spoken about. They've kind of been trending this sort of past like quarter.
Yeah.
But they're just going to increase.
Trickle into next year. Yeah. No, so true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Cool. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think it is too. Thanks for listening and or watching. And we'll see you in the new year.
Yeah.
Because it's still 2024 for us, but maybe 2025 for you.
Yeah, it will be.
Yeah. We'll see you in Jan.
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.